welcome to Rust. Wow, okay, that's a bit noisy. I'm currently in admin mode because we've just made a lot of changes to this server. So I'm just going to show you very quickly what we've done. So if I go in talk and I type in shop, you can now spawn in an easy attack helicopter, a medium attack helicopter, a hard attack helicopter, an easy tank, and a hard tank. We can also make it day, fix zombies, buy recycler, teleport, and certain teleports. A couple of people, they're going for the heli, so I'm just going to go into debug mode just to actually show you what's going on. Right, this is a ×10 server, which means you can get resources by the by an awful lot. This is PvE, by the way. You want fun, this is the place to be. Right, okay, in one of my previous videos I was showing you how to use this to actually, this outpost here to actually take out the tank. We blocked that off because it was too easy. This tank is a heavy tank, and it will take about 20 C4 to take out, which means it's not easy. This is where the challenge is. Of course, he drops tons and tons and tons of loot. So today I'm going to be talking about the different types of servers that you've got, and which ones you should actually go for. Wow. Okay, so again, this is a super heavy, powerful tank. Where are those guys gone? Hang on, I'll just go pilot debug mode. Let's go a bit closer. Where did these guys go? So we made the tank more intimidating now. You can still get the vanilla tank, like the tank you would get on a normal server. We haven't taken that away. We've given you the option to make much bigger, more powerful tanks that drop much more loot. So it's more of an incentive to go for the heavier tank. Oh, what's happening to it? Oh dear. Ah, sorry. So I think I mentioned on a previous video, wow, must be throwing C4 all over the place. I think I mentioned on a previous video, oh, sorry, got killed. Oh, they both died. Oh, never mind. Never mind. What the hell? Sorry, what are you doing to that floor, dude? Sorry, you can't do that, man. This is for kids. The kids watch this. Okay. So this is another tactic. Bring the tank over to this side here and throw C4 from this side, and the walls in between you. So this is another tactic. This is hostage. He's pretty good at taking down the tank. So this tank should be moving around here. What he'll do is he'll follow. The tank is on a set track. So what he'll do is he'll come down here, come over here, come on down here, and over here, and he will come to this position over here, unless they've changed it. Oh, they've changed it a little bit. So he's got the tracks changed now. It's an invisible track, you can't see it. So anyway, what is the topic of this video? Anyway, the topic is, which server do you actually choose? Okay, do you go for official, community, or you go for modded? This is modded. This is probably one of the heaviest modded servers there is in Rust. And that's no boast. That's no joke. It really is one of the heaviest, heavily modded servers. We've got so many mods going on in this place, it's not even funny anymore. And all of it is designed to make the game fun. It's a PvE server. which means no raiding. You can't kill any players. But again, we've incorporated so much into this game now that it has become so fun. So let's go back into the command and debug mode, and I'll just come over here. Okay. And we're just going to have a look at the servers. So if you press the escape key, this is what the server we're on now, Storm PvE. And if we go to, is it play game? Yes. Okay. So these are the servers that you can actually go on to, and if you give it a few seconds, it will come out with, it'll start loading up all the particular servers. As you can see, the official servers, these are the ones that are run by Facepunch themselves, or their employees, or sponsored by Facepunch. There are 61 servers. There are currently 5,060 people. This is of a Saturday night. It is currently 6 PM UK time, and it's pretty much high population game at this moment in time. And I just want to show you essentially the difference between official services, community services, and modded services. Local network, that's if no one ever actually, I've never known anyone to actually use this. This is if you've got 2 computers in the house and you've got a server. Then you can link the 2 servers and play Rust like a duo on a map. I've never seen that one ever used before. Friends, these are all my where my friends are, 26 players, and they're all on Storm PvE. I've got some favorited there, and I've got some in my history. I won't show you them because it wouldn't be fair to this server. So look at official. Now I just want you to look at the amount of players there are at this moment in time. On official services by Facepunch, there are 5,060 players. This is at peak time. Okay, this is peak hour time. Okay, 5,060. Community has over double that. There's 11,154 players. Okay, community. Okay, I'll explain the difference between the 3 in a minute. Modded is twice as much as community. Modded is the place to be. Modded is where everyone goes. There are more servers. There are twice more servers than there are community, and there are so much more servers than the official servers. All my friends say I should go to official service. One of the ones is Rustified. That's probably the most popular one. And I do watch their Twitch, and I do keep up with their information on them. But it's garbage. It is garbage. All these servers, they're garbage. Even the best ones. Let's have a look at the players. So we click on the players. So the most popular one now at this moment in time is Rustified. That is the biggest one, and it's almost full. Almost full. This is at peak hour. Okay, this is as busy as it's gonna get. Okay, it's almost full. That should say something about official service. This should be packed out. It's not. It used to be a long time ago, but the devs have added so much into the game these days. Hang on a second, I'm taking a lot of noise here. Let's go somewhere a bit quieter. So the developers did so much damage to the game lately that the players are literally tired of it. They're really bored with it. So on official services, everything is what I call vanilla. You'll hear me say that in a lot of the videos. They are vanilla. It means they are ordinary. Okay, the helicopters are vanilla. Well, that means they're ordinary. The tank is vanilla. That means it's ordinary. It doesn't mean it's anything special. That's essentially Rustified. All these official services. So if you hit a stone node, you'll get 1,000 stone. If you hit a tree, well, it depends on the tree, but you get a vanilla level of wood. And with decay now, that means that you've got to constantly feed your tool cupboard, or TC, to stop your base falling apart around the seams, and it annoys players no end. So what happens? Well, first off, we might want to go into community. Community is slightly modded. Sorry, official servers are run by people who are sponsored by or work for Facepunch. Community is a place where players actually open up a server on a company server and they open up a game and they run the game from their home, but the server is in another country. So for instance, our server, the Storm PvE server, is in Paris, it's in France, but we run it from England. Yeah, that's how it works. You have a home computer that's linked to a server that runs the game, and we control what the server does. That's how it works. That's community. You can run it from a home computer, but the home computer's really got to be top spec, and it'll only do one game. That's it. The computer exists for one reason. That's to run the game, nothing else. You can't run any Microsoft products on it or anything. It just does the one game, and it's got to be really, really top spec. Community again is it's what I call slightly modded. You don't mess around with resources. So you hit a tree, you'll get a vanilla level of wood. You hit a stone node, you'll get a vanilla level of stone. You can be killed, and again, it's more popular than hang on. Why is Rustified on community? That's odd. Okay, well, I'll go with that. You'll see a lot of these. Rusty Moose, Casimo, very popular YouTuber, used to go on Rusty Moose a lot. Rustopia, again, very, very popular with the YouTubers. The other one is Blueberry. Blueberry, let's see if we can find it. There's 5 services. Yeah, Blueberry, it's in modded. Blueberry's very, very popular with the YouTubers, but we'll come into that. We'll come to that in a second. So again, I don't understand why Rustified is showing up on community. It shouldn't. It should only show up on officials. But okay, it is showing up on there. Maybe the official services are dying and they're moving them to community. I don't know. So anyway, Rustified's there. They're slightly modded, so you can get solo or duo. Or solo, duo, trio. So again, you can have a look at Happis. That's another type of map. There's 2 types of map. There's procedural. If you look here, you can see it here. Procedural map. That's the standard map, and then you've got Happis Island. And the monuments are different. So be aware of that. I don't like Happis. People sometimes do like Happis because you seem to get better frame rate on Happis Island rather than procedural, but I stay away from Happis Island. And now Rust are just starting to introduce maps that are generated by the players themselves. So again, that's going to be another one. Savis Island, this is one that's generated by players, I do believe. It's been developed. It's been written by a player. It hasn't been written by Facepunch. Facepunch are the people who make the game, if you didn't know. So again, you've got different types of map here. Baron is another one. Baron essentially takes off the clutter. Actually, I'll just show you that. So if you have a look at the grass, hang on 1 second, see the grass, okay? There's the grass. What you can do is, admins can do this, you can turn off clutter, and if you look at the grass now, it looks nice and smooth. I'll put the clutter back on. Oops, I'll put the clutter back on, and you can see the grass again. Take the clutter off, and you can see the grass is smooth. This supposedly gives you better frame rate because the computer's not hasn't got to concentrate so much on the ground itself. But again, it doesn't really affect my FPS that much, so it's something to consider. Let's just put it back. When I do that, it only affects my world. It doesn't affect the entire world. It's just what I see. But on an official on a server like this, the entire place is basically got no grass on it. It's green, but there's no grass. There's no waves of the grass, which is supposed to increase performance. Barely, it barely increases performance. That's why most servers don't do it, because it doesn't mean anything. Modded. Okay, this is where everyone is. Okay, so if you look at the population of there, so that's what, 16,000 players on official and community. There's 22,000 on modded alone. Okay, and something else about official servers. Okay, they are full of hackers. Now, hackers are a group of people who enjoy cheating. They don't do it to actually get any gain out of the game anymore. They're just doing it to annoy other players. Rustified is peppered with hackers. Now, I've been on Rustified so many times, I put so many hours into Rustified, and so many times I've died to hackers. Rusty Moose, another one, full of hackers. Hacking is essentially using admin tools to gain an advantage, or using aimbot. Aimbot is where you fire the gun, and no matter which direction you fire it in, it will always hit their target. It's cheating. Essentially, that's all it is. These hackers are just cheating. And yes, we do have some hackers on our server. We find them quickly and we ban them. We don't even think twice about it. And I do it with a smile on my face. I'll ban hackers. I've not got a problem with it. So, that's official. I think they're garbage. I really, really, truly do. People think there's more of a challenge to it by being on official servers. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I've got a game for you. It's called Painting the Wall and Watching It Dry. Because that's what you'll be doing. Most of the time you'll be hitting nodes and hitting trees trying to stop your base decaying. It's garbage. Community, again, this is what I like to call slightly modded. Just ever so slightly modded. It's servers that are run by players rather than officially. And sometimes they're slightly modded. So for instance, this one, US Vanilla 2 Loot 2, which means you get twice the loot, you get twice the resources from hitting the node. It's slightly modded. That technically, really, that shouldn't be there. That really shouldn't be there. But there are rules. There are rules. You can't gang up. You can't have a Zerg. Now, a Zerg is a group of people who, loads of them dominate Rustified, a group of people who literally are like 30, 40, 50, sometimes even 80 people strong, and they literally wipe everyone off the map. The only choice you've got is to either hide your base or join their Zerg. They know that, and that makes them popular. And believe me, these Zergs will shake you down for money. They will try and shake you down for money. I've been in a Zerg, it was no fun. It's garbage. You'll be given a pickaxe and a bloody hatchet, and you'll have to chop wood and gather nodes. While they have all the guns, they have all the fun, and they shoot anyone that comes towards you. You're farmers, essentially. That's all it is. That's a Zerg. Welcome to Zerg life. Okay? You want to do that? Fine. You want to be like that? Fine. Me, personally, I want fun in my game. I don't want to be anyone's slave. Community, again, there are restrictions. Solo, duo, or trio. I don't even know what that is. Okay? I don't speak Japanese or Chinese or whatever language that is. So, beginner friendly. Yeah, okay. When you see something like this, beginner friendly, forget it. Okay? There's no such thing as beginner friendly. If you see somebody in Rust, there are 3 things that are going to happen. Another player that is not your friend. There's 3 things that are going to happen. You can run. You can fight. You can hide. That's it. That's all you've got. There is no... The 4th option is negotiation. There is no negotiation. Okay? They will just simply not negotiate with you. I've tried negotiation in the past. What they say is, oh yeah, come to our base. We'll come and see our stuff. And I thought, okay, fair enough, I'll be friends with you. And I went over to their base, and all they do is they shoot you in the face because they didn't want to carry your loot all the way back to their base, so they got the loot right in front of their front door. That's how these people think, okay? And if you want that, great, fine. If you want to be sadistic and vindictive, great, go and join one of these servers. Yeah? Beginner-friendly services, yeah, okay. Official services are full of racists, homophobes, Nazis, or people who pretend to be Nazis. Again, yeah, is that what you want? Is that really what you want? To be killed? Rustalasia, there's another popular one. Fortnightly, yeah, okay. That means it wipes fortnightly. So I think I just DDoSed there for a second. Hang on. Yeah, the server crashed. Oops. No. I just accidentally joined another server. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. So again, have a think what you want. I'll just rejoin the server. It's because I've been standing still too long. So these are some of the servers that I've been on in the past. Modded. Okay, there's 22,000 people. Okay, this is where the fun is. Okay, FaceBunch won't tell you this. They don't like people playing on modded. They want you to play on the official services. Nobody goes on the official services. So what is this? Well, again, it's run by players. It's run by a player that's in that has a computer that's connected to a server. Some of the really rich ones are have a computer at home and they run their server from home. Server is just another way of saying computer that owns a particular program. That's it, really. Again, these are some of the terms that you've got here. So Fury Rust, max 2, that means maximum 2 players. It's barren, which means it's a barren map. That's that grass thing I showed you before. 2 times the scrap, that helps a lot. It's got kits. I'll show you kits in a minute, because we've got that. Teleports, TP, and FPS. I have no idea what the FPS means. I know it stands for frames per second, but I don't know what it is in this context. I don't know what they're trying to say. If you click on it, oh, it's Russian. So if you click on it, it usually gives you a card, what I call the card here, which tells you roughly what the game should be doing. Even Blueberry's not got them these days. That's a bit disappointing. So again, you can see what you're going in for before you actually go for it. But usually the title card tells you enough. So Fun Rust solo, which means you're on your own. If you gang up on someone, they'll kick you from the server. It's ×3. Well, is that ×3 loot or is it ×3 resources? I don't know. Fury, I don't know what Fury is. But again, these people build modifications into the game to make it more interesting. Restoria, Zeus, I have no idea what that is. No blueprints, ×5. I don't know if it's ×5 loot or if it's oh no, it's ×5 resources because they got loot plus there. We've got that. Kits, shop, just wipe. Why is your server down? I don't know. We're probably updating it. We're putting up a lot of updates on it at the moment. Battlefield. Okay, Battlefield is a very special type of server where you can you get all the guns at first. So you get the guns and you literally just go around shooting people. You don't bother with bases or anything like that. You usually got high level of resources ×1,000. That's a ridiculous amount, but the idea is being that you just craft gunpowder, make bullets, go out and kill people. Kits, everything. Don't know what everything means, but okay, fair enough. It's 5 times alpha. QS, no idea. IC, no idea. Blueprint system, that's BPS. Trade. Trade is something you can do now where if you've got multiple people on your team, you can actually trade items without actually seeing them. You can be literally on opposite sides of the map and you type in /trade and the person's name and you can literally trade items, and you can't complete the trade until both parties agree. So if they were offering you an AK and you were offering them 50,000 stone, until you both click accept, when you both see, you'll see 2 boxes and the 50,000 stone in one and the AK in the other. Unless you both click accept, that trade will not happen. So they can't trick you, is what I'm trying to say. Kits, again, that's prevalent in modded servers. Kits essentially items that you get right at the very beginning, right at the very start. Boom, 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 and you've already got a lot of stuff with you to actually progress through the game. There's things like no BPs, which is no blueprints, which essentially means that it's going back to old Rust where they've taken the blueprint system out. That this one here, no blueprints and no WB, that's no workbench. Skinbox, if you've seen my tutorial on skins, you'll see that you can actually buy skins But if you go to certain servers, they will give you all the skins for free. You don't keep those skins, you just have them while you're on that server. And it's EU, European Union, and it's times 10. That's like us, we're times 10. Loot Plus, we've got that. That means you get a lot more loot out of the barrels and the crates than you would normally. And kits, again, I'll explain that later. So that's Blueberry. We beat the crap out of Blueberry, by the way. Blueberry is not as modded as we are. Okay, so what else we got? Again, this is Battlefield. Age of Hardcore 1 times 100. It's Battlefield. No components. Oh, that's actually that's an interesting one. You don't need components to make anything, which means you're not going through. You don't have to hit barrels or hit crates. The components are already there for you. You just need resources, so stone, metal frags, sulfur, gunpowder, things like that, to actually build anything. QS melt, right? Okay, that's quick smelt, which means the time on the way you turn metal ore into metal frags in your furnace is greatly reduced. Sometimes it's instantaneous, sometimes it's very, very quick. Kit, TP is teleport, PvP is player versus player. I'm just seeing if there's anything else. Magic. I have no idea what magic is. Some of these people come up with these explanations, but they don't exactly tell you what magic means. What is magic? Nobody knows. They should actually explain in the title card what is there. Moscow Solo, Magic Rust, VIP Rust. Okay, I'd be careful about this VIP garbage. Okay, on Storm PvE, if you like the server and you want it to survive and you want to give money to it, fair enough. We don't throw it in your face, is what I'm trying to say. There is a donation. It's on the Discord page. We don't advertise it in the game. But if you want to give a donation, fair enough. It doesn't matter how much you give. It doesn't give you any benefit to the actual game. VIP, when you see this VIP garbage, basically that means is if you give a donation and they will set amount, so if you give $2, you will get a certain level of equipment when you first start. If you give $5, you'll get another set of higher tier of resources when you start off. I think that's garbage. I mean, everyone on the server I work on thinks that's a garbage idea, because you shouldn't have to pay extra money to make the game better for yourself. It should already be there. I mean, the kit that we use when we first play the game, it has an AK in it, has full armor gear, because the idea is not to get resources or go around and loot resources. It is to have fun, which is the big capital word on our server, and that's why our server is so popular. We want you to have fun, not running around trying to find an AK for 3-4 days. Sexy Island with big stars around it. Okay, times 10. It's trio. Times 10 resources. Trio. Means it's only trio. Means you can only have 3 players. I don't know. Blueprints Plus. What the hell is Blueprints Plus? Shop. Shop is something we use as well. I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, hang on. Just custom map. Okay, this is another thing that's coming up a lot these days because they've just introduced it. Custom maps. Okay, what you'll find out is that some servers, we are thinking about experimenting with this. Some servers have maps where they've made them themselves. But you'll find that the servers are ever so slightly sadistic about it. So you've got to be careful with that, because they'll put monuments underground. If you ever look at a video with Sawinter, you'll find that they put a huge cave system underneath the ground, and at the center of it is a supermarket. Do you want to be spending 30 minutes running around a cave doing all sorts of parked ore just to get food? So be wary of that one. Be wary of custom maps. Sometimes they can be fun. I mean, on that winter one they did Australia, and in the center of it was 3 domes, which I thought was really cool. But again, there is a certain level of sadism about it. So be wary of custom maps. Angry Rust. Oh, God. Alright. Well, again, the choice is huge. Absolutely huge. There are 2,631 servers. Okay? There are 61 official servers. There are 22,000 players. There are 5,000 players. This is a peak hour. This is a peak time. Okay? Think about that. This is why vanilla sucks. It always has sucked. This is why modded wins every time. It always wins modded. Now in modded, as in community, you will get two different types of game. And this is where you should really be paying attention. You've got PvP and PvE. PvP is player versus player, which basically means it's the bulk of what official servers are, or all what official servers are. Players can kill each other, okay, and that promotes a lot of hostility and aggression. And if that's what you want, fine, go to a PvP server. I don't particularly like it. I don't particularly like it having been farming for the last 3 or 4 hours. Getting all my resources together, and someone comes along, and because they've got a better gun than me, they blow my head off and take all my resources. If you want that feeling, great. Okay, I got tired of that feeling very quickly, so I very quickly jumped to PvE. PvE is player versus environment. Now, don't assume just because it's player versus environment that you're not going to die. The only difference it means is that the players cannot kill you. Okay, so or raid you. So when you collect your resources and put them in your base, or you build a base and you put them in your base, they're your resources. They cannot be taken away from you. You cannot be raided. You cannot be killed by other players, but you can be killed by the environment that you're in. So for instance, some of the things they can do is the Bradley, the tank, or the APC. That can kill you. The helicopter can kill you. Animals can kill you. The cold can kill you. The hot can kill you. Dehydration can kill you. Starvation can kill you. What else? And then they added other things as well. It's a modification of something Rust actually, that Facepunch put into the game, which is zombies. Now, we've heavily modded zombies on our server. We've given them AKs and bolties, and when you kill them, they actually drop those weapons so you can pick them up, and also they have a lot of loot on them. The original zombies were red. They had glowy red eyes, glowy orange eyes, and they went round with a machete, and they had to get close to you to do any damage. Our zombies do not ever have to get that close. This is and now you've got blue scientists in the game, which is it's only been in the game 6 months. So I think what happened was a lot of players went to modded, and what is happening now is the officials, the devs are actually watching what the modders are doing, and the most popular mods are being implemented into the game. For instance, the compass. That's only been in the game, what, 2 months from the date of this video? That's been on modded servers for at least a year, maybe probably a lot more. Okay, compass, that was in. What else? The zombies, or what we call bots. That's been in the game in modded servers at least 12 months, at least, and the devs are actually paying attention because the players are skipping out. The players are skipping out of official servers. This is dying. I remember when the only place you could ever go was official servers. And the way community and the way modded, but everyone was going to official servers. It is dying a death quickly. And everyone's jumping ship. And the first place they go to is community, because that's the closest you can get to official servers. Because official services are full of Zergs. Community, most of them will not allow Zergs. Zergs kill the game. If you've got 80 players on a map, they're going to wipe out the map. They're going to wipe out your base. They're not even going to think twice about it, no matter what defenses you have. They'll just throw 60 C4 on it. You've got 60 players mining sulfur, metal frag, stone, wood, components. They're going to wipe out your base. You cannot go 60-1 on any game. It's just unfair. Zergs rule official servers, so community actually stop them. Solo, duo, trio. This is community. It's only slightly modded. It's only slightly modded, this. Solo, duo, solo, duo. No Zergs is basically what they're saying. And the Zergs can only now survive on official servers. That's where they are. I bet you the large proportion of these 5,060 players are Zergs. The vast majority, I'd say about 60%, maybe 50%, maybe more than 50% are Zergs. Nobody goes on official servers anymore. They suck so badly. Modded. 22,000 people are on modded. This is where I would be every single time I play Rust. And don't get me wrong, I love Rust. Look at this, extreme Rust. I mean, what the hell is that number? I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Is that a billion? It's more than a billion. Is it 100 billion? Is it 10 billion? I have no idea. Extreme Rust. So you hit one node and you get... Well, actually, you don't even hit a node. You hit the node once with a stone axe and you have all the resources you require for the wipe. That is incredible. And I mean, the thing is about modded servers is you've got to have a balance. You've got to have a balance between what is fun and what is too easy. If something's too easy, it stops becoming fun. If everyone just gives you everything you possibly need, it's no fun. So we're trying to find a balance here between players not being killed by each other, which promotes toxicity, which promotes antagonism, which promotes people to be upset, and the game doesn't become fun anymore. I guarantee you the vast majority of people who bought Rust bought it, downloaded it, played it for a few hours, kept getting killed and thrown it away, and don't go back to the game. My idea is don't go to official servers, don't go to community, come to modded. If you've just bought this game, go to modded, go to PvE here at the bottom, and stick to these. Learn the game. Okay, learn the game, and then go to, there's ours, Storm PvE. Then go to community or go to PvP. Okay, that's the way to do it. And there are loads of different things you can do here. So the other one that you do is No Decay. It might not show up. Yeah, there it is, No Decay. Now, what this is you've got a tool cupboard, and I will talk about tool cupboard mechanics on a video. I will go through on that with you. Tool cupboard mechanics. Basically, you place a tool cupboard. Now, the tool cupboard is like a build radius around the building. It's changed ever so slightly. It's now the tool cupboard makes the building expand that tool radius, but we'll go into that in the mechanics of TCs. So anyway, you go out and you harvest stone and wood, and whatever that building's made out of, you've got to put into that TC to stop the building from breaking down. So why it was put into the game was because people were building buildings on the first few days of Rust and then never come back to the server. They give up, they go and do their lives, they go and have homework or school or jobs or whatever, and they'd never go back, and that building would just sit there until the server wiped. To stop that, instead of actually the developers optimizing the game, which is what everyone is screaming at the devs to do, and they keep refusing to do it, or they can't do it, is that they put decay into the game, which now means that that resources that you're putting in are slowly being eaten away, day by day by day. And when those resources run out, it's like the building is starving, and because it starves, the walls start to lose their integrity, and eventually they'll fall apart and disappear. If you put a humongous amount of resources into the TC, it'll never decay for the entire wipe. If you build a base and you put 100,000 stone into the TC, it'll stay there for the wipe. It only works if those resources run out. So again, we'll talk about decay in the TC mechanics video. So again, they've turned off the decay. It's not really the smartest idea in the world because because of optimization issues, it does cause problems. So let's see. Let's go back to refresh. I think we're doing an update at this moment in time. because Rust have just pulled out an update, so the server might be down. So I will talk about TC mechanics. I will do more looting videos, and this is just basically an orientation video about. Oh, are we back up? Yeah, we're back up. So it's basically an orientation video about which server you should choose, because choosing a server is very, very important. It's what you want from the game. Do you want fun? Do you want to be killed a lot? I mean, learning the guns, learning the types of guns that you have is a skill, and you're going to need that skill. Right, hang on. Whoops, daisy. Let's go back up. There we go. So, another thing, one last thing before I stop this video, is that we have a town. And the mods that you can put on a server, they actually give you skills, things you can do. So as you can see, the next wipe is 4th of October. Don't steal loot or from anyone's TC, or you'll be banned. You can report players, and you can now teleport back home. Oh, cool. That's cool. Right, okay. Did he actually? Okay. So again, this is Sil. It's a mod. You can actually put images off the internet or off your computer onto paintings now. This is /Sil. It's obviously, we're decorating now for Halloween. So we've got like all these scarecrows and spooky furnaces, and I think if it's still here, he might have removed it. I don't know. No, I think he's removed it. We've got like skeleton claws coming out the ground. So again, we're having fun. That's it. This is jail. If you break the rules, you go in here. We stick you in here for a couple of hours. Can you imagine being a couple of hours stuck in here? You can't teleport out. You can't F1 kill yourself. You're just basically stuck there for a couple of hours. I don't think you break the rules after a couple of them. What is that? A gnome doing a poop? What the? Okay. Alright. So again, we're decorating for Halloween. We get into the Halloween spirit. We have fun. Which is what we try and do. But one of the other things you can do while you're here, if you want to... What's up here? Oh no, sorry, it's just the roof. Is that we have vendor machines here, by the way. We sell all the things that you normally wouldn't get. And you can just teleport in and teleport out at will. So, again, cards. And this is the admin's vendor machines. So we give you... I mean, look at that. I mean... Heavy metal armor for 50 scrap. It's nothing. It's nothing. Get Christmas presents and things like that. And tools. We make things easy for you. Gathering resources because we want you to have fun. This is the Halloween one, so you got the skull fireplace and the jack-o'-lanterns and the scarecrow. And at Christmas time, we'll sell Christmas decorations, so you can decorate your base. The other thing that official servers don't have, that modded servers do have, is an imagination. Take a look. This is the town. We're 30,000 feet in the air. We have imagination and we have the tools to use the imagination. Developers don't. You can skydive. Skydiving is something that's going to come in the next few months. We've been skydiving for at least 12 months. It may not be the same, but that's what we've been doing. This is Storm PvE, and we know how to have fun, and we make the game fun for everyone, and we get nothing in return. Just a little bit of thank you, that's all we ask. Just fun. That's all we want. Someone's fell asleep outside. We're doing refunds for no fun. So, again, this is just for fun. It's a server that's fun. Players can't shoot each other. I mean, I've got a player here. He's not shooting at me. This is sorry. He's not shooting at me. He's not going to kill me. He's not going to attack me. He's just going to buy his resources. Is Raider? Hey, dude. See? And we got recyclers, and you can have recyclers. I mean, these are donation chests. So again, we're just having fun. We're just having fun. This is something official servers don't have. You cannot have this in official services. You cannot have this in community servers, but you can have this in modded servers. Have fun. That's all we ask, and that's why there's 22,000 players on modded servers. My friends keep on trying to convince me to go to official servers. I don't really want to. I mean, I'll go out, I'll help them, I'll farm for them, I'll kill people for them, I'll raid with them. But all the fun's in the modded servers, not in official servers. My name's Mark19967. If you like this video, please hit the like button. And if you want to see more, you can please hit the subscribe button. And I will be doing more videos, including the dreaded military tunnels. I'm hoping the devs mod it before I actually have to do it, because right now it is damn near impossible. I've quite literally gone in there 5 times and solo 5 times, and 5 times I've died, and I used to do it all the time. It is ridiculous. I actually counted the blue scientists. There's 25 in there. There used to be 7. There's now 25. It is, ugh. It's too overpowered. It's too overpowered. So anyway, if you want to see more, subscribe, and I will keep doing these videos. Thanks for watching.